No, I just wanted to know, like, obviously you're like this expert automation and making websites look and work amazingly. And I thought it'd be fun online to critique my website, if you don't mind, basically.
Of course, man. Right. So let's
just hold back the swear words, I think.
Yeah, of course.
How
Right.
bad
So
it is.
I'm just going to quickly find your website. And then once I've found that, I will share my screen with everyone. And here we go. So I want you to know that there's nothing personal, and everything I say is aimed to help you and your business. So I'm just to keep this kind of short and focused, I'm going to purely concentrate on the homepage because that's the most important aspect of your website. And then to keep it shorter still, I'm going to focus on the header of the website, which is basically the section you see immediately before you start scrolling. So just like typically your logo, navigation, first image, heading, headline, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if I am going to be brutally honest, landing on your website, I know you're a software web developer and app specialist, but it's not immediately obvious on your website. So you've got the word software and app development sort of quite small in the center of the page. My eyes aren't drawn to that initially. So for the first couple of seconds, I'm kind of thinking, what are you doing? Yes, you've got pictures of the App Store and iPhone apps at the back, but again, it could be anything. It could be social media kind of things. So I don't know I don't know specifically what you do. I also don't know like how you make my life better. And to be honest, the call to actions right now are a bit passive and don't stand out as much. So I don't immediately know how to do business with you. So if I start in the top left-hand corner, because that's where most people's eyes are drawn, you've just got your symbol. You haven't written your name. So I don't know nowhere on your page does it say that you're CodeTwoFour or CodeTwoFour. Get that right?
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. I don't know who you are and what you do. Your navigation, to be honest, is a lot more succinct than a lot of other companies, but you've still got some links to pages that probably don't need to be there. So things like blog, about us, they're very much stuff about like you as a business. And the first thing I do when I land a website is I want to know whether you can solve my problem. So like those things just aren't important. They're just not relevant. You also haven't got a clear call to action right like in the sort of top right hand corner, which is again sort of people start in the left hand corner, go to the right. If I'm looking at your headline, the idea is just the beginning. I have no idea what that means. Like it's very fluffy. It's kind of cute, but not very clear. Like it could apply to a number of businesses. So that's what we need to change as well. And then, just like even the imagery is a bit, not bland is the wrong word, but like it just doesn't really help you convey a message. So that's kind of my critique. It's just not very clear, not obvious what you do, not obvious how you help me. And I'm kind of scratching my head as to like how to get started working with you if I overcome those barriers. So this is now like the website makeover. So like in the top left-hand corner, I'd keep your logo there, but I'd make sure that your business name is there. So CodeTwoFour. And then just to make it really clear when people land on your website, I'd add like a little tagline. Now the tagline isn't something cute and clever. It has to be something obvious. So I would just put software and app development. So they literally, even if they just looked in the top left-hand corner and then closed the screen, they know that you're CodeTwoFour and you do software and app development. Like really clear, really quick, clear, very obvious. I would then remove things like home, about us, blog, and even contact us, to be honest. I'd remove them and just have services. And then I'd also add to that navigation a clear and obvious call to action. Now, you've already used things like learn more and get a free quote, but to me, learn more is very passive and not very obvious. Like what does learn more mean? Like, I don't know what you do, so what am I learning more about right now? And also get a free quote. I feel for like your type of business, like it's a high-end ticket service. It's not like a, straightforward, fence panels or something straightforward. Like you do need to have a conversation. You need to qualify people. They need to understand kind of the investment involved. So I would change your main call to action to something like schedule a call or book a call, just to get them on, started. So that should go in the top right hand corner, and it should be a bold color. So the fact that your, say, navigation bar background is green, it should probably be your call to action should probably be like yellow, something that really pops. Mm-hmm. If you then focus on the center of your hero image, so your headline, like we talked about it, the idea is just the beginning, very obscure and kind of meaningless. Mm-hmm. You've touched on the fact that you help entrepreneurs and startups generate passive income. So that's a great benefit. That's like a great thing that that's how you help them improve their life. So I would simply put something like generate passive income through software and apps. Like a really clear, this is what I do, and this is how it helps your, improves your life, how it solves the problem of not having enough income.
Yeah.
You could add like another sort of subtitle that goes into a bit more detail. But the fact that you've already kind of got software and apps in the top left-hand corner, and you've kind of mentioned it already as well in that headline, you could probably leave it. But you might say, you might specify the type of industries you work with. I know you have a niche right now, but you could just be a bit more specific. And then I would repeat your main call to action. So that yellow call to action we've talked about, put it underneath. So again, they've got multiple opportunities to click on that. And that call to action, to be honest, we won't go into it, but that call to action should be repeated throughout your homepage. So if your website or homepage is broken up into sections, mm-hmm. make sure that, I would personally go with, make sure that your call to action is in every section. So every time they scroll down, they see that call to action. It may sound passive, like it may sound pushy, like you're putting this multiple times, but that's just going to help them navigate your website. And like, as soon as they are ready to do business with you, then they'll just click on that. So that's great. And then something else I would add is something called a value stack. So at the bottom, just above the fold, so before you start scrolling, I would add 3 basically additional benefits. So easily scannable things. So it might be, generate passive, you could repeat, generate passive income, James, what other benefits have so save time is a good example for other businesses, or, those kind of things, like 3 things that mm-hmm. are value to them.
Improve efficiency or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Improve efficiency, improve the sellability of your business, that kind of thing, increase the value of your business, those sorts of things. Those 3 simple things, short, very easy to read, people will scan it. And then the final thing to touch on is just the background image. So at the moment, you've just got obviously a picture of a phone with some apps. So it is related to the thing, but really you should have a picture of a person, and that person should be like a smiley, happy, almost like they've benefited from working with you. So having a person helps build trust. You become more than just like a faceless entity, even if that person doesn't work for you. And it also just helps people envision where their life could be. So for you, it could be just someone just on their phone smiling away, or a business owner clearly making more money or something like that, just to kind of tie in with the sort of life benefit that you provide them. The other option, which you might want to do this as well, or you might prefer to do this, is to stick a picture of you on there. So make it more personal. So that's something a bit more personal branding. And again, you're trying to separate yourself from everyone else, and most people won't put pictures of themselves on there. So I won't make that connection. So that's something I'm going to do on my own website, is actually add my classic me crossed armed.
Steve Jobs photo, yeah.
My Steve Jobs photo. I'm going to put that on my photo to kind of, I think initially build the brand around me, even though it's not named after me. Just try and get just take a different approach to it. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'd recommend for the header of your homepage.
Cool.
There's obviously plenty we could go into further down. So yeah, thoughts?
That's all just for that. That's all just for the top bit.
I'll send you an invoice.
Yeah, when I said it, I thought, oh, there might be one or two things, but I've wrote about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wrote 12 action points from what you just said there.
Excellent.
So just for that one bit, I'm scared about how much work you're going to give me if I tell you to go through the whole thing.
So that's the thing, like, and if you just made those 12 changes and just improved the top of the homepage, that would like massively increase the conversion rate, or at least your sort of lead people actually reaching out to you to like get in touch with you, because they'll instantly know what you do and how you can help them, and it should resonate with them, and then that should encourage them to become a lead.
Yeah, 100%, mate. The feedback there is insane. So good.
Perfect, man. So yeah, we can always jump on another call and do a bit more of a private session, because I do like to help my mates out with their crap websites.
Hey, that's mean.
Yeah, it's you. And it is mean. Yeah, it's true. So yeah, man, that's kind of my advice.
Amazing.
I will end the advice there.